Hello. Today we will talk about the typical stages of learning process. So in this figure 1.1, you can see that learning algorithm is taking the labeled data in the form of training sample, validation data, and test sample, and we it is also taking the prior knowledge like in the form of features. And then there are some parameter selection, so we are able to evaluate the predictions. Okay, so here uh, we now define the learning stages of our spam problem. Like, remember last time we were talking about that email spam detection is possible with the help of machine learning algorithm. So let's suppose we start with a given collection of labeled example like email, and it is spam or not spam. We first randomly partition the data into a training sample, a validation sample, and a test sample. The size of each of these samples depend on the number of different considerations. For example, the amount of data reserved for validation depends upon on the number of hyperparameters of the algorithms, which are represented here by the vector theta. Also, when the labeled sample is relatively small, the amount of training data is often chosen to be larger than that of the test data, since the learning performance directly depend on the training samples. Okay. Now we associate relevant features to the example. This is a critical step in the design of machine learning solutions. Useful features can effectively guide the learning algorithm, while poor or uninformative ones can misleading. Although it is critical to a large context, the choice of features is left to the user. This choice reflects the user's prior knowledge about the learning task, which in practice can have a dramatic effect on the performance result. Now we use the feature selected to train our learning algorithm A by tuning the values of its free parameters theta, also called hyperparameters. For each value of these parameters, the algorithm selects a different hypothesis out of the hypothesis set. We choose the one resulting in the best performance on the validation sample. Finally, using that hypothesis, we predict the labels of the examples in the test sample. The performance of the algorithm is evaluated by using the loss function associated to the task. For example, the 0 1 loss in our spam detection task, to compare the predicted and the true variables. Thus, the performance of an algorithm is, of course, evaluated based on its test error and not its error on the training sample. So, in the coming videos, we will also talk about the empirical error, that is the based on the training sample. So, here we are just talking about the test error. Thank you.